Hello everybody, this is Veteran Builds and welcome back to another video on my Acura TL Type S. So before I get into anything, first I want to thank all the people that are supporting, subscribing to my channel, liking my videos and stuff. I appreciate everybody. Um, you know, watching my journey, following my journey, with this car. Um, So I appreciate all the people that are viewing, and I'm gonna continue putting out more videos as and keep getting more projects. So just stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, today I'm gonna be fixing a little incident that had happened to my car. Um, in the beginning of this month. And basically, I got into a little fender bender. Uh, Beginning of this month, so basically, got a bit of extensive damage on my fender, on my driver's side fender. My headlight's been busted, and the hood's been dented a little bit. So today, I'm just gonna. I mean, the other side is still good. I almost managed to avoid this accident, but accidents happen. So, um, within the weeks that I've been, within the weeks that I've been, you know, trying to figure out how I'm gonna fix this, I ended up, gathering a couple things. I ended up getting a new fender. I got a bumper on the way, and I got new grill pieces, and then I'll have to figure out. Well, I have a hood coming in uh, probably on Monday, so I'm gonna be picking up the hood. But this actually kind of like halted, my exhaust progress. So I had to move away from this just to be able to fix this issue. So, but it's bringing my car into a new direction, basically. So I decided to, not only am I replacing everything in the front end, but all the new parts are gonna end up getting painted with some new paints. So I'm gonna keep that paint a surprise, and and you know this car's gonna go through a whole new transformation, basically, exterior wise. So let's get started. And today I'm gonna be taking off a couple of things, and I also ended up getting a cold air intake for my car too. So I'm gonna be installing that, since my air box ended up getting cracked as well. So instead of just getting another air box, I decided to, hold on, let me open up the hood and show you so yeah, my air box ended up getting cracked a little. So I'm just, instead of finding another air box, I decided to get a cold air intake. So I'm gonna be installing that today, and taking off all the damaged parts. I'm also taking off the this side, this fender, even though this is not damaged, but this is getting painted as well. And I have some new headlights on the way too, so stay tuned for that. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking off these rocker panels. And so, because there's like a bolt underneath here that I have to get to, that the rocker panel is basically in the way of. So I'm going to start working on this side first, removing everything off this side first, so that I can assess the damage frame wise. And I have a buddy that's gonna be able to pull that out basically, so we could get that straightened back again. Alright, so I'm gonna start disassembling and show you what I've done so far. Stay tuned. Alright, so I just got the first rocker panel off. They basically clip onto these clips here, but what I did to get it off was the rocker panel was like this, and I just grabbed underneath here after pulling all the tabs out. So there's about like 5 of them underneath, and I pulled underneath one of the flaps and I just pulled back until it popped off like this. And now that I got that rocker panel off, I have the bottom bolt of this fender exposed, and so now I can start taking this fender off. Well, after I take the bumper off, of course I'll have to take the bumper off. I'm getting this insignia out, you know, so that I could put it on the new grille. And yeah, so basically, to take this fender off, there are 1, 2, 3 bolts up top, and 1 bolt behind the door, and this bolt underneath that rocker panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this fender off, and after I get the bumper off, of course. So stay tuned. Alright, I'm back. So I finally was able to get all the damaged parts off, which was the fender, the airbox, and the headlight. So this whole side here has been stripped practically. So right now all I got to do is swap this little trim here to the new fender, so that I'll be able to use that, reuse that, and I'll have to remove this fender and this rocker panel as well. So basically everything that I'm replacing is going to be getting repainted and fresh paint. So by the end of it, it should look really nice. I'm gonna keep the hood on, so I'll have some security for my engine. But other than that, halfway done. Disassembly, of course. Alright, I finished disassembling the front end. I'm just gonna end up keeping it like that until I can get the body panels replaced. But got the cold air intake installed. I temporarily installed this hose. I'm gonna have to end up getting like some kind of catch can or something, and changing out these coolant lines so that I could bypass this whole thing. But for now, I have it installed, and the cold air intake is finally on. The only thing that didn't fit was the Hydrosock, but I'm gonna end up getting like a bigger size so I can fit it on there, so that I have some waterproofing capabilities. But for now, this is where I'm gonna leave it until next time. Alright, so I just I'm getting off of work right now. Today I ended up getting the other hood. I didn't get a chance to record it, but I immediately gave it to my buddies so that they can get the hood prepped and painted. And also I gave him my my fenders and my new grille as well. And then at the same time, I ended up getting, let me just come around here. So I also ended up getting a hold on a second. Make sure that pops. Okay. So I also ended up getting a little valve cover breather, and this right here, and I ended up taking off this this pipe that goes to the intake. I took that off, capped this off, and then added a fitting to these coolant lines here, so that now it looks pretty clean. And I'm still waiting on the sock for the cold air intake, but hopefully hopefully next week I'll start, you know, pulling this back out and getting this straightened out. And I already got the headlights, so once I got that straightened out, then I could put the headlights back on. I got the old hood on right now just to keep my engine from getting exposed. But other than that, stay tuned. Soon you'll be able to see the new paint color that I have prepared for this car, and I hope you guys like it. All right, well, today's the day. I'm gonna get this side pulled out. So over here I have a mag torch so that I can heat up this area, and any other area that is dented, so that me and my buddy would be able to pull this all the way out. So the first thing I'm gonna do is disassemble my battery and get that out the way, and then get my coolant reservoir out the way as well. Alright, so Jojo right here, he's setting up the what you call this thing? Porta power. Yeah, so we're setting that up so that we can be able to pull this out, get this straightened out. So he's gonna show me how to set this thing up, and then we're gonna proceed on pulling this dent out. So I'm gonna put it back there.
Feed it in right here, actually.
Yeah, it's a pretty difficult spot. It seems. That's crazy, though.
And the cool thing is, this thing has different arms.
Oh, so okay, I see. So to just keep it straight.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
There. And all you do is just, oh, please work.
Is it even tightened or?
Yeah.
Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Oh shit. Oh damn.
See how it started to push out a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all you're gonna do is just slowly work your way down.
Yeah.
If you just hit in one spot for too long,
It's gonna bow it out. Oh, okay. I
yeah.
see.
And you just keep just finessing it, working it down and down, up and down, up and down.
Right, right. It's pushing it out ever so slowly. I can see the paint starting to crack a little.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. All right, cool.
So now we gotta heat this area up. Huh?
Yeah.
This. Also, if this is gonna push all of this, basically.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, it's gonna take all this. It's gonna pull it. It's just gonna keep pulling it, keep pulling it, keep pulling it. So one thing you gotta watch out for. If you don't heat it,
Yeah.
it'll be too stiff. It'll either split or it'll pull everything out.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But
Okay.
you'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
All right, well, let me start heating this up. All right, I'm back. After a couple of hammering and beating metal and using the power press, I managed to get it as straight as possible. It's not gonna be perfect, but as long as it holds the headlight, it's gonna get covered anyway. But the headlight's gonna cover this spot anyway. But as you can see, this part actually aligns to this bolt now. So it's been pulled all the way out, and this part here, which this is a crease point, as you could see, there's a crease point on the other side here that was intentionally put there just so it could crease. But I mean, it's not gonna get any perfect, but it's straight, so I'll be able to get the fender back on now. Now I just gotta put the battery back in and basically wait for my body panels to get prepped and painted, and it'll finally be put back on the car. All right, everybody, I'm back. Welcome back. And so it's been like a month or two since I recorded me pulling the rest of my the side out for that damage. And I've been pretty busy, so I finally got all my body panels back, and they've been painted. It still needs a little bit of work, but I'm getting my car painted in a couple phases. So the first phase was basically painting the front end and getting my A-spec lip kit installed. So I installed that. But it's gonna need a little bit of adjusting, and I'm gonna end up showing everybody later. But it's finally put together. The fenders, my new hood, my bumper, and my rocker panels. And today, uh, the final thing that I was waiting for has finally been painted, and that is my grille. So basically, this is a new grille, and I ended up getting it paint matched as well. So as you can see, this is the new paint color. It's still the original paint color, but it just looks so nice. It's black, but it shines pearlescent blue, and it was an original color that Honda came out with. I'll have to look up the name for it, but when I do, I'll get back to you guys with that. But all right. So a couple of updates that I've done off camera basically was, now that it's winter out here, lately my car had been getting a check engine light, which is the code was a simple code. It's a P0420 code, which is catalyst efficiency below 90% basically. So I figured it would happen, especially because the weather is changing and the catalyst is not heating up how it's supposed to. And on top of that, it's a high flow cat that it would be throwing a check engine light. So I ended up rectifying that situation by throwing in a mini, something called a mini catalyst, which basically you put on the Bank 2.0 sensor, and it has its own basically catalyst in it, so that the oxygen sensor will read the clean air that's coming through that catalyst basically. So that rectified the situation, and now I don't have a P0420 code anymore, and my car is running fine. Before, it was actually like really hurting my fuel economy, and causing my car to run rich, basically. So if I didn't fix that, it would have eventually clogged my high flow cat, and I would have come to extra problems. So I fixed that pretty quickly. But anyways, I'm gonna be showing you the front end now. So this is the brand new front end, fully painted, brand new bumper. I still had to do some adjusting on, and as you can see, got the A-spec lip kit installed, as well as on the rocker panels. I had to do some custom fitting just to get it to look right, basically. And on the hood, this chrome piece was paint matched, so that's a paint match piece. So I'll have brand new headlights, and everything is perfectly straight. The lines I got perfectly straight, and on top of that, the everything has been converted fully to LEDs now. Now that I have the new headlights, I ended up getting LEDs for my turn signals, and as well I put LEDs on the tail lights too. So my turn signals, they actually flash from white to yellow. So when I have the lights on, the whole headlight looks like it's just flash white. But when I make a turn, it'll flash from white to yellow. And on top of that, it doesn't flash. It has its own CAN bus system, so it doesn't flash fast. And I can actually show you guys what I'm talking about. So that's pretty much another update that I had done. Okay, so this is how the lights look like right now. As you can see, that's the low beam right there, and this light right here is white, right? But when I put the flashers on, they'll shine from white to yellow. And so in the sense, so the rears are different. The rears are just normal. They'll just turn off and flash to yellow. But now I basically have brighter lights in the rears, and my turn signals are pretty much brighter too. But so I'll have to put in some pictures of how I got the headlights aligned and the fender, because I did pull out the frame for where the headlight sits, but at the same time, when I was going to fit in the headlights, it was a little sunken into the hood. So I ended up having to get a pull hammer and a mag torch for myself, and I spent basically 2 days pulling out that one side until I got it perfectly straight. And then I mean, it wasn't all the way perfect, but I managed to get the headlight as straight as I basically could, and I have no issues with that as long as it looks good. But so the second phase of my painting is gonna be starting a little later. As you can see, I still gotta get the rest of my car painted, but all the main damaged parts have been properly painted. And another thing too, don't mind the car alarm. Another thing too is now that my hood properly opens now too, So this is basically how the frame looks. But I mean, I managed to get it to sit right, and the headlight is actually fitted where it's supposed to be. So there's not going to be any gaps or anything like that. And then, okay, let me show you the mini catalyst if I can. So the mini catalyst sits down there on that bank to exhaust, and it's just a little piece that you fit over the O2 sensor. I mean, I had to drill into it to make it fit into the O2 sensor, but once I got it in the right diameter, it basically fit perfectly, and I haven't had a check engine light since. And another thing too is I ended up getting a new scanner as well, so that I was able to read data from my engine. This scanner right here is called the Think Diag 2, and it's basically, you basically couldn't get it on Amazon. It's just this module here, and the screen, everything you view is on your phone, so it comes with an app. The software is free, but they do have a subscription service that unlocks all the features. But for my car, pretty much I was able to read all the data from the O2 sensors and be able to see what was going on with my O2 sensor because of the catalytic converter. So that's how I came to the conclusion that to get that mini catalyst. But anyways, moving on from that, today I'm gonna be taking my bumper off and doing some minor fixes because I need to get this part to fit right here, and I believe what's causing it is the guard in the back is pushing up on the new bumper. So I have to either like modify that foam piece, or hello neighbor, or or like get the bar that holds this to get pushed back a little bit more. But so I'm gonna take the bumper off today so that I can mount the grille on, and stay tuned with that. Alright, I'm back. So I had to bring my old bumper down to use as a reference, but when I was fitting the new grille, I basically ended up having to shorten up the pieces in the back here, the little holders, the spots where it sits into the bumper. So I ended up having to shape it down. I used my old bumper as a reference just so that I can get this grille nice and flush on the bumper. So now basically what I'm going to end up doing now is, now that it's flush, is I'm going to put the clips back in, and I'm going to go ahead and mount the bumper. So that's the old bumper right there, and that's the new bumper. And then also I with the foam guard in the back, I took it out and I shaved the top end of it just a bit, so that when I do put the bumper back on, it'll fit right under these where it's supposed to go. And my goal is to have it fit flush, since this is not an OEM grille and this is not an OEM bumper, so had to do a little bit of adjustment just to make it work. But alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this new bumper on, have it fitted on, and then I will be back. All right, so I finally got the new bumper on, and here's how it looks. Tabs are fitting in perfectly where they're supposed to. The grille itself is nice and flush. Nice, it sits nice and flush. There's a little minor gap to this headlight, but it's hardly noticeable from the front. But now, got the new grille on, and it's looking perfect. So since I modified the bumper from the inside, just actually pushed in the foam piece. It actually pushed in a little more, and now that I got the grille, it fits more flush. So I'm so glad I opted to delete the chrome. I'm gonna have to give a shout out to one of my buddies that did the paint job. This is the paint code right here. So we took this paint code and basically got the code of the color, and this is I'm gonna plug in his business, but this is his business here, Evo Twin Coatings. He does custom like paint jobs on motorcycles, but he decided to take on my car and paint everything, and this is his number and his Instagram here. So if you want to get a high quality paint job, look this guy up, because he has some real talent for sure. So as you can see, I don't have my emblem yet, because I'm getting my emblem painted in a different color. It's gonna be painted red pretty much, my front and rear emblem. So once the rest of my car is painted, I'm also gonna be dechroming the handles, and this I have to figure out how to dechrome as well, this little strip here. But once those are dechromed and the handles dechromed, it'll basically be all murdered out. So that's gonna basically conclude this video. I have something big for the next video. So basically, I ordered a new pair of rims, so I have that coming in, and I'm gonna be completely redoing my suspension. So I left the fender liners off, because when I lower this car, I want to see where the tire's sitting for the new rims. I want to see where the fender and the tire is going to sit once I drop it. But yep, that's it. I hope you liked this video. Sorry for the long wait. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. And once again, thank you everybody for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. I'm gonna keep bringing updates to this car, and until next time, all right.